Good morning, my dear students. Today in this class we are going to discuss social studies subject. In this subject, an important topic is history. In this history is nothing but past events. History is always discuss the past incidents. So the past incidents and history have stages, various stages. The stages are in this class we are going to discuss. The first chapter is North India early medieval period. So this is the one stage. See here, medievalism. History is divided into three stages. History always divided into three stages, mainly three stages. They are ancient, medieval and modern period. So ancient means what? Ancient period means the people doesn't know any literacy, doesn't know how to communicate, doesn't know how to wear the clothes. Even they don't know clothes also. And they were living in a forest and they will kill the animals. That is the food for those people. That is called ancient history. And medieval period. Medieval period means the growth, the upcomings of those people. The ancient peoples to medieval period, the peoples they changed their thinking levels. Means they started to wear the clothes, they cooked them by themselves and cropped agriculture, everything. This of medieval period. In this medieval period also mainly two groups. One is early medieval period and later medieval period. In ancient time also, early ancient time and later ancient time. Here modern period. So modern period also can have it two types. One is early modern time and later modern time. So next, each stage categorized by the observance of a select traditional values. So here the traditional values were changing from one period to another period. So here traditional changes means here in the ancient period the people doesn't know, in early ancient period people doesn't know where the clothes. They were living in a lake. But in the later ancient period, just they were took the leaves of the plants, leaves of the garland like that. Next, in the medieval period, they started to wear the clothes, woolen clothes, cotton clothes, like that they were started to wear. Next, in the modern period, now we are using different types of clothes and different types of things we are using nowadays. In the ancient time, they doesn't know how to fire. They used to fire two rocks. In the medieval period, they find out the petroleum products. And later the modern period, we using for fire gases. Gases we are using. This is the traditional developments. There was little progress in the life and society. Life and society means what? Communication, way of behaving, way of using the things. Nowadays we are using cars, aeroplanes. These are the vehicles. Transportation have changed from here to ancient to modern. This is called life change. And society. Society also changed that way of thinking. In the ancient time and modern medieval period, the woman doesn't speak with anyone. That is big offense. But nowadays she is moving in all the jobs. She is going in all the jobs. She is doing everything. That is called society is changed. Casteism was a dominant. So casteism means the various types of caste people are dominant on the other lowest caste people. Next, the upper classes. The upper classes means the upper caste people were always dominate the lower classes. Rulers. Rulers means kings. Who have the power, they are the rulers. Zamindars. Zamindars means landowners. Priest. Priest who are doing pujas, they are the priests. And traders who are doing business, but those people are called traders. Very strong and powerful. These are upper class people, rulers, zamindars, priests, traders. These people are all very powerful persons in the medieval period. They were meant to dominate on the women. They were influenced the other classes in the society. So other classes are there. Which are those classes? Women and laborers. So whatever the rules and conditions were bring by upper classes, rulers, zamindars, priests, traders, those conditions, rules always followed by the women and laborers. Here, women and laborers are the dominant. Who are dominating? Upper classes, rulers, zamindars, priests and traders are the dominants on women and laborers. They are forced to observe the principles set by them. Next, medieval North India. Medieval North India. What are the conditions present on the medieval period in India? Present mainly in the North India. North India. The medieval period extends approximately from 800 to 1200 Anno Domino. Anno Domino. AD means Anno Domino. So the medieval period present between 800 to 1200 years. After the death of Harshavardhana, Harshavardhana is a king. He is a king of Vardhana dynasty. He is a famous, a great king in a Vardhana dynasty. In the 7th century means 800. 7th century means 800. Anno Domino. India remained divided into several regional kingdoms. So in the 7th century, when the Harshavardhana is ruling, in that time the kingdoms were divided into various regional kingdoms, various small kingdoms. There were constant wars resulting in the fragmentation and formation of the new dynasty. Why that regional kingdoms were formed? Because of continuous wars between the kings. There was disunity and disintegration in the North India, which led to Turkish invasions. When here in the North India, in the 7th century, the lot of disunity between the rulers. So that helped to the Turkish. So Turkish were invasion. Invasion means attacking to India for continuously to take a rule. The impact on the life of the people by Muslims invaders. So here Turkish means Muslim invaders. Turkish means Muslim invaders had for reaching consequences more so in North India than in the South. So here Muslims were continuously attacking India. For the result, they started to rule in India. The rule of sultans began earlier in the North India than in South due to geographical factors. See here, India has North India and South India. So in this North India have geographical factors are very rich. For geographical factors means what? Rivers like Ganga Nadi, Brahmaputra, like these rivers, Yamuna, those rivers are flowing in the Himalaya that is called geographical factors. Wherever the geographical factors are very high, they can get a rich, that is the rich places. So in the south, that's not much rich in a geographical condition, but North India have a geographical factors are very rich. That's why the sultans or Muslims were attacking more in a North India. The dynasties that ruled over North India during the medieval period. So, which are the dynasties were ruled in the North India during medieval period? Mainly, the North India was ruled by Rajputs. So, Rajputs, they are the rule. Rajputs in Gujarat. Rajputs were ruled in Gujarat and Rajasthan and Palas in Bihar. Rajasthan and White Palas in Bihar and Bengal. The Rajputs were divided into several clans. Clans means groups. The chief among them were the Pratihars of Gujarat and South Rajasthan. So here mainly the dynasties like Rajput dynasty and Pala dynasty. Next Pratihara. So Pratihara dynasty is very important dynasty and most powerful dynasty. And South Rajasthan. The Chauhanas of central Rajasthan. Another dynasty is Chauhanas. The Chalukyas or Solankis of Kataiva and the Paramaras or Pavars of Malwa. The impact of their rule was so great that the history of medieval India is termed as the history of Rajputs. However, in spite of being very strong, they failed to unite into one strong force against foreign invaders. So here in the medieval period, we have a lot of dynasties like Rajput dynasty, Palas, Pratiharas, Chauhanas and Chalukyas or Solankis. Solankis also we can call and Chalukyas also we can call. Next, Paramaras. These are the important dynasties. In these dynasties, the powerful dynasties, Rajput dynasty. Rajput dynasty is the very powerful dynasty in the medieval period. So that's why we call the medieval period is the history of Rajputs. Medieval period we can call it has the history of Rajputs. So in these Rajputs, a very powerful rulers came, but they can't able to unite themselves. That's why that's the reason to find the unity into one strong, and they were came to under the Islamic rulers. So Islamic invaders or foreign invaders increased because of Rajputs. Between the Rajputs, there is no unity. Next, the Palas. Palas is another dynasty. The Palas secured power in the middle of the 8th century. Middle of the 8th century. Here, 7th century, Harshavardhana. 8th century, Palas came. They ruled between 750 to 1150 Anno Domino over Bengal and then Kannauj for some time. Gopala 770 AD. So here Pala secured the power in the middle 8th century means 750 AD. The Palas came to rule. They started to rule and Gopala was established the Pala dynasty. Who established the Pala dynasty? Gopala established the Pala dynasty. He was succeeded by his son Dharmapala. So Dharmapala is the son of Gopala. Dharmapala was succeeded by his son Dharma Devapala. So next Dharmapala's son came. Afterwards Devapala came to rule. 810 to 850 Domino. He conquered Orissa and Assam. So Devapala conquered the Orissa and Assam. He crushed the pride of Hunas and resisted the aggression. So here Devapala occupied the Orissa and Assam kingdoms. Later he defeated the pride of Hunas and resisted the aggression of the Pratihara kings. Like his father Dharmapala. Dharmapala ruled like his father. So Devapala ruled like Dharmapala. Like his father Dharmapala, he was a great warrior and conqueror. He was a follower of Buddhism and he constructed several Buddhist viharas and monasteries. He was a lover of education. Here Devapala is a follower of Buddhism. So Buddhism is a Gautama Buddha is the founder of Buddhism. So here Devapala is the follower of Buddhism. So Pala's dynasty is following the Buddhism. And he conquered several Buddhist viharas. Viharas means like caves. Next, monasteries means temples. He was also lover of, Devapala is a lover of education. After the death of Devapala, there were weak successors who were engaged in constant wars with their neighbors. So a lot of continuously the wars were started after the death of Devapala. That is the reason for the end of the Pala dynasty. By 836 Anno AD, the Pratiharas replaced the Palas in Kannauj. In Bengal, the Song replaced the Palas. Vijayasena 1094 to 1158 AD was the founder of the same Sona dynasty. He was followed by Rallasena and Lakshmana Sena. So this is the next. In the 836, Pratihara dynasty replaced the Palas in Kannauj. Later, Bengal and Sonis replaced the Palas. Vijayasena was established the Sona dynasty in 1094 to 1158 he ruled. Later, Rallasena and Lakshmana Sena. These are the two people were followed the next Pala dynasty.